what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Crystal and this is Crystal's Copia, where we live a life of abundance. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that's minimalism. I am currently rereading the book, The Minimalist Home by Joshua Becker. And so I wanted to invite you guys in on this journey with me. So if you are looking to eliminate stress, manage anxiety, manage your space, maybe organize your space, then I invite you to grab this book, follow along with me. It's gonna be awesome and totally worth it. I'm so excited to do this together. Also, in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys 20 practical tips to start implementing the minimalistic principles of minimalism. The minimalistic principles of minimalism. The principles of minimalism in your everyday life. So if you want to see how to start on that path of having less and simplifying your life, then just keep watching. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know the type of content that you like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video with me. Again, that being said, let's get into it. Minimalism isn't about removing things you love. It's about removing the things that distract you from the things you love. That's a direct quote from chapter 1 of The Minimalist Home. I just am so drawn to this concept because I think we live in a world where we are constantly being sold and marketed to. As fun as it is to go shopping and buy stuff, it can be overwhelming. It can be toxic to our checkbook and to our finances and also to our space. There's, we can only use so many things. And so if we have an overabundance of these things, it creates static in our day-to-day life. So let's eliminate some of that static together. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the tips. Okay, so the first thing on my list is to cancel your subscriptions. Now hear me out on this one because I know this is different for everybody, but the subscription I'm talking about on this list are auto ships. If you've ever had a product that is less expensive if you auto ship it, I know that that's appealing because you're saving money and then you don't have to think about it. It's just on auto ship. But I want you to really look at whatever item that is. I'm gonna use essential oils for example, because that was one that I had auto shipped. And what ended up happening is it wasn't a convenience factor for me because I was forgetting to change the order. So I was constantly getting the same oil sent to me. And then I was having an overabundance of a certain type of oil that I wasn't using up. And I was just having an overabundance of oils in general. So I ended up having all these extra essential oils in this monthly expense and I wasn't using them. So cancel these subscriptions, use up what you have first, and then you can be more intentional about what you're buying, because if it's going bad or going to waste, then it really doesn't matter that you got it at a discount. So cancel those subscriptions that you're not using and make sure that it's actually something that's benefiting you and you're not just their star customer because you're constantly buying. The second thing on my list is to play the use it up game. And this works great for that essential oil example, but it can work for other things as well. If you notice that you're starting to get a lot of a certain type of item, like maybe it's a beauty item or an office item, play a game where you try to use it all up. The easiest way for me to do this is to take the doubles of whatever item I'm using up, or triples or quadruples, and I put them somewhere else. So if it's makeup, for example, I keep whatever I'm trying to use up in my makeup bag, and once that's gone, then I shop the house. So I have a space in my house that we use like a store, and basically that's where we put all those duplicates. So I know to go there first before buying another one. And this is great because I feel like it really allows you to use something up entirely, because if you're bouncing around from products to products, sometimes they can go bad because you started using the new thing first because it was new and exciting, and then you end up wasting the old one. Use up what you have. It feels good to get every last drop out of that product. Okay, and then the third thing on my list is to combine where you can. If you know that these products are similar, see if you can combine them just for ease. I do this a lot, especially with beauty products. If there's a shampoo that I like but don't love, sometimes I will mix it with the one I love because I can't tell the difference. And so if it's something like that where you can combine them, I think it's a lot easier if you have just one to manage. Okay, the fourth thing on my list is to declutter. And I know this is a huge part of minimalism. And the reason I love that book, where did I put it? Found it. The reason I love this book is because he breaks it down for you step by step. So let's do this together. Grab yourself a copy of the book and we'll go through room by room. One thing I want to touch on with decluttering is it's so important to declutter by category. And KonMari talks about this in her method of decluttering. And the reason why it's important to declutter by category is because a lot of times, especially if you have an overabundance of stuff, you're not keeping it all in the same place. Meaning I have some coats in my coat closet, I have some coats in my master closet, I might have some coats in storage. So if I'm decluttering coats, I need to pull all the coats from everywhere, and then I can really evaluate what I have, what I'm using, and do a proper declutter. So I really encourage you to go category by category when you're doing this. And this is a good time to pull out those duplicates and store them or donate them, because obviously there's certain duplicates you don't need. The next thing is to sell or donate right away. So if you find something you're gonna try to sell, put it online right away. Put it on Facebook Marketplace, put it on Poshmark, and give yourself a time frame when this ends. So right now I have a closet on Poshmark. I have 2 months that I'm gonna allow that stuff to sit there, and then I'm gonna take it all off and donate it. And I'm just gonna be okay with it because I know I don't want that stuff hanging around. And then there's certain stuff I know it's not worth selling. I'm just gonna go ahead and start loading that stuff up into the car and get it out of there, because you wanna feel the progress. The whole point of minimizing things is so that you can feel the benefits of your space being more free. You're not burdened by all these things. So if you get rid of them, you get that feeling quicker. The next thing on my list is a hard one. Oh, it's so hard. And that is to get rid of store cards. This kind of ties into the whole subscription and auto ship. Is I find for myself, especially if I have a store card, like we'll just say TJ Maxx because that's what it is. If I have a TJ Maxx card, I am going to shop a lot more at TJ Maxx because I have the card. And it's a lot easier for me to spend the money on the card than it is cash in my hand. So I end up spending a lot more per year because of the convenience factor of having that store card. So I'm getting rid of the store card because then I'll really think through my purchases, because the whole point of this is, you know, to be more intentional. So if you can't control yourself, then just get rid of the store cards. It'll feel great. And I have to spend like $400 to get a $10 off, and that's crazy to me. And a lot of them are like that. And so it's not really that much of a savings because I probably wouldn't have spent that if I didn't have the card. The next thing on my list kind of goes in with that as well, and that's having a no spend challenge. This is something great to do, especially in the beginning of minimalism when you're trying to really evaluate what's coming into your house, is give yourself like a 30-day dry out from spending. And the great thing about the no spend challenge is it gives you time to really make a dent in all of these products that maybe you have an access of. 30 days, you can do it, no spend challenge. Along with this, if that's a little bit too extreme for you, you can make a list of don't buy items. This is so powerful, and I think it's really good to keep this in your phone. As you're decluttering, you're gonna find that you collect something unintentionally. Like you might be the person that buys toothpaste every time you go to the store. So on the top of my don't buy list, it says toothpaste, because I need to use this up. And sometimes I'm just so paranoid about running out of an item that I keep buying it and I don't realize I have 2 or 3 already. This goes along with clothes too. I know people just enjoy shopping, and so don't feel like you can never shop again. You're just gonna shop more intentionally. Like you're gonna get things you actually need. So put things on that don't buy list so that you can really kind of balance out what you have in your house and get rid of those extras. And then the next thing on there is a buy list. So as you're decluttering your closet, you might see like, you know, I really could use a basic white tee. I could wear all these other outfits, you know, if I had this layering piece. And so then I'll put that on my buy list. So then when I have, you know, a time where I want to go shopping or I feel like getting a new item, I try to shop from that list. So then I'm more intentional about what I'm getting. And then it allows me to use other items that I maybe still love in my closet, but I'm not wearing because maybe they're missing something like that. Alongside the clothes thing is to have an outfit challenge. So that's my 10th tip, is challenge yourself to shop your closet and pair things together in a new way. This will give you fresh eyes when you are trying to use items in a new, fun, exciting way, because it does get a little boring, you know, when you're trying not to shop and you start thinking about, oh, I wish I could go buy this. But then if you go into your closet and you try to pair things in a different way, you might find a new favorite outfit or be able to use a piece of clothing that you weren't wearing much before because now you found a way you actually like it. So that's tip number 10. Okay, tip number 11 is non-consumer activities. This one is huge. So it is so hard in social media, this social media day and age that we live in, is there are so many beautiful people online telling us to buy things. And sometimes I think we look at them and we're like, oh yeah, I want to look like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy this protein shake or whatever it is they're selling us. And sometimes we really don't need it. And sometimes it's not even cohesive to our lifestyle. I am so guilty of this. I've bought planners and weird stuff offline because I saw a YouTuber that I liked and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Try to put yourself in a position where you're not in consumer-based activities. So don't plan shopping trips with your girlfriends if you're trying to bring less stuff into your house. Maybe go, you know, on a walk or go do an activity or something like that. Go for an experience versus buying things. Same thing with your kids. If you are noticing that they have so many toys and they're never playing with them, then maybe let's go sledding on Saturday instead of going to Target. Just try to kind of switch your mind so that you're thinking of more experience-focused things and things that are really gonna help you to bond and have fun with your family and not bring in more excess crap to the house. The 12th thing on my list is to rearrange your space. As you're getting rid of stuff, you're gonna see that you might feel like, oh gosh, this is kind of bare now because I, got rid of all this junk. Instead of going out and trying to fill that space, maybe reconfigure your space to make it more functional. So for example, if you're trying to make the living room more of a communal space where people relax and they engage with each other, maybe let's remove some of the clutter and let's set up the furniture so that it's more inclusive, so that we're all kind of gathered together. Just kind of keep that in mind. How do you want the space to function? How do you want the space to feel? And as you're getting rid of stuff, it might be a good time to move things around so that it fits more of what you're trying to align with your life. The next thing on my list is tip number 13, and that is to DIY your stuff. So one thing on my list is I have an abundance of craft stuff. I went through like a craft binge where I was like doing all the Dollar Tree crafts. And if you're one of my Dollar Tree craft people, thanks for watching. I promise I'm still gonna be doing the crafts, but I wanna get rid of some of my craft stuff. I have so much. And so it's really kind of helping me to be creative as I'm purging things and I'm seeing opportunities for a new decor item to really look at what I have now and see if I can alter that to fit my new kind of look. Because I wanna keep things really neutral. My house is very neutral. I find that's more relaxing for me and it's easier for me to decorate. So I'm trying to look at items that like, oh, I like this item. It doesn't really match my color scheme, but maybe if I spray paint it, I can get it to fit in. The 14th thing on my list is to know your triggers. For example, Michael's is a trigger for me. I have 9,487 stickers for my planner, and it takes every ounce of willpower I have to go to a town that has a Michael's and not stop there. But I know if I go there, I'm gonna wanna buy one. And it's really important to me to use up what I have. And I don't wanna do that to myself. I drove by one of my favorite Dollar Trees yesterday and I didn't even stop. So I'm committed, guys. I'm in it. The 15th thing on my list probably should have been number 1. This is the most important one, and that's to be intentional. So knowing that I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to accomplish this, and I know how great it's gonna feel at the end, I am intentionally thinking about things before I purchase them. So before I might just say, oh, it's on sale or it's only $1 or whatever, let's get it. And now I'm like, no, I don't want to haul this to Goodwill in a month. So I'm really thinking things through. I'm really focusing on that don't buy list and buy list. And it's really helping. And then along with that, number 16 is to know your why. So I have to remind myself as I'm retraining my brain and my body to not just run into TJ Maxx. I really am talking myself through this, and it's all about my why. And that is, I want to feel lighter. I feel like we're burdened by all this stuff. We're thinking about, oh, we need to be cleaning it, or oh, we should be organizing it, or we shouldn't have bought it, or we should have sold it sooner, or we should have got more money out of it. And that stuff bogs you down. And so I know as these possessions are leaving my house, it's making me feel lighter and more free. And it's allowing me to use my home in a way that's more functional for what I want to accomplish and my goals and the way I want to feel. And so keeping that in mind will help keep you on track. 17th thing on my list, I can't say it. The 17th thing on my list is to reaffirm it. And this goes back to one of my goal videos. And that's if you are trying to do something, like if you're trying to live a more minimalistic life, I am a huge advocate in diving in. Watch shows that talk about minimalism. Documentaries, there's some on Netflix. Read books like the Joshua Becker book. Get this book. Surround yourself with people or videos or things that are gonna remind you of what you're doing and all the benefits. Because in the beginning, you're gonna feel great. You're gonna get a little further in and it's gonna be like, oh, maybe I'll just quit. I don't know. I don't know if I wanna keep going with this. So if you take the time to, take all that in, it's just gonna help you when you're feeling weak. Okay, the 18th thing on my list is give yourself a little grace. This is gonna take some time. You didn't accumulate all of this stuff in a week's time, so don't expect to declutter all of it in a week's time. Now, if you are living alone and you don't have a lot of stuff and you can get it done in a week, then awesome, good for you. But if you have a family or you've lived in the house for 30 years and now you're trying to go through 30 years worth of stuff, it's gonna take a little bit, so give yourself some grace. The 19th thing on my list is to enlist help. Ask your family, maybe your friend, maybe you're gonna come along with me and we're gonna do it together. I think it's important if you get everybody on board with what you're trying to do, because I think that we overestimate or underestimate how our family is gonna respond. But my kids really like it when things are organized. I know they might not say, oh, I wanna do that on a Friday night or anything, but I know when I reorganize the snacks or make things easier for them to grab, they enjoy that, they like it, so don't let them fool you. They'll be on board. Okay, and the 20th thing on my list is to create some kind of rewarding system or reward at the end. Maybe every time that you feel like going to the Dollar Tree or going to Michael's or buying some useless thing, you're gonna take that money you were gonna spend and you're gonna put it in a savings account to go on a family vacation. or you're gonna save up for something that you really have always wanted, and be really intentional with that money. But I think it's important to reward yourself along the way. Maybe it's, if I declutter everything on Sunday, I'm gonna go get my nails done, or whatever it is, whatever gets you excited, reward yourself for all your hard work. All right, guys, that's it. That's my 20 practical tips to start implementing minimalism in your life today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And if you're gonna come along with me and grab the book, this is gonna be a series on my channel, so drop a comment below if you're in, and then we can help each other stay accountable, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me on this journey. We're gonna go through my house, we're gonna purge all the things, and it's gonna be awesome. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room.